All right, ready? We're gonna look at the camera and say hi.
Hi.
All right. What's up, guys? This is G.I. Joe My Goodness from Dads of Destiny, and we're doing a nice product review today of the new Western Digital MyCloud EX4100. This is my son Noah. He's gonna be helping me. Thought it'd be fitting, being that this is a group for dads. So, this is a 4-bay network attached storage, or NAS, and this allows you to do a lot of things in your home for storing media. This is the old model, and I brought that because I want you to see, I guess, the difference in looks, and I'll explain the performance differences from there. So, you ready to open this?
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to open this up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you open it.
So there's a lot of flaps, which makes it more fun for kids. So keep that in mind when you're shopping around. Paper, you want to read?
Yeah.
Alright, you read a book.
Okay.
Alright, so these are accessories.
Table.
What's in here? They wires?
Yeah, the wires.
Power supply. This is, I believe, it's 19 volts, 4.74 amps for you techie guys. We're going to put that aside. Alright, let's move this away. Wait, what else did you pull out of here? Alright, so you have the other side of the power supply. That goes into the wall. What else did you pull out? I thought I saw another wire. You have any more wires?
Yeah.
What's behind you? What is that? That's a sticker? Or what is it? That's plastic?
Yeah.
Alright, this should be even lighter. Here we go. Okay, bud, good job. So,
okay.
You saw how it was packaged.
Evolve?
Yep. Now there's a lot of similarities from this model to the old one. So we're going to show you that.
Okay.
Okay. Here, you can put stuff in this box, okay?
Okay.
Let's see. You see? I'll put it right here. Is this a good spot? I don't want you in the box.
Huh?
Alright. So let's show them these two boxes, okay, Noah?
Okay.
Let's do this. And watch out, because they can't see in the camera. There we go. Here, sitting right next to Daddy over here.
Okay.
So, if you put them side by side, scoot over this way. Sit over here.
I don't see this.
Okay, move your head, please. Alright, stand like this and I'll show you, okay?
I don't see this.
Look. Alright, so as you can tell, this one's a little bit lower. This one's a little taller and skinnier, so kind of similar dimensions. If you notice, the screen is still at the top on both. On the new model, you got this on the side? Okay.
Yeah.
The new model actually has a USB. It's a new model. 3.0 USB port on the front. Okay. With a USB, it's an easy backup button. So if you have a flash drive or a portable drive you want to hit, quickly back up to your NAS, network attached storage, pop it in, hit that button, and it pulls it to your drive. Hit the button. Yep, you got it. So let's talk about another cool feature.
It's working.
On the back, it doesn't work because it's not plugged in.
Huh?
It's not plugged in yet. Alright.
Yeah.
So on the back of this, a couple good things to note. 2 power supply inputs. He figured out how to open the hard drives. He's getting crafty. Alright. We'll show those later. That was my surprise. Hold on. Okay. 2 power supply inputs. It only comes with one, but you can buy a second one. That is if you have mission critical stuff and you're worried about a power supply failure impacting your work, you can have a backup for redundancy. Again, redundant Ethernet jacks. You have 2 gigabit LANs. You can actually configure the LANs to do different things. You have aggregation, which will help give you more performance by combining the throughput capabilities of 2 gigabit ports. You have redundant backup, whereas one of them fails, the other link light will be its backup connection. Then 2 more USB 3.0 ports. Now these USB 3.0 ports can be used to expand the storage, so even though this is a 4-bay, if you have an old, if you have an old 3 terabyte external USB drive, then you can plug that into the back and this will add that to it. Or you can set up a schedule to where this will automatically back up stuff from the NAS to your external backup. So it's a backup of a backup. I do that already. I have a couple backup drives in here. So if you have a bunch of family pictures which are priceless, you got them saved in your computer or Mac because this supports Time Machine. Export to your NAS, have your NAS then export to another external drive. That way there's 3 separate storage locations for all your photos because you never know. Now, showing you how easy it is to install a hard drive on this. These are hot swappable bays. Now I don't recommend Most people use these in RAIDs, not a JBOD, just a bunch of discs. RAID it's a little bit more temperamental, so you don't want to pop one out, especially if you're running RAID 0 for striping, which I don't recommend for a NAS drive. So I do RAID 5. And what that uses is all 4 of these drives. You need a minimum of 3 to do this. So we're going to take a drive out, pop it in here. Let's make sure the SATA ports are on the same side, and they're not. It's backwards from the old model, so I'm going to turn this around, slide that in. It's a little bit tighter on the new one too. And we're going to close that up. And that is it. No wires, no screws, nothing. Just plug it in. So we're going to do that with all of these.
Okay.
And then I can import my settings on RAID 5. So I'll explain RAIDs on the website. You can see the text. That gets boring. Long story short, these things start just under 400 bucks on Amazon. That will give you a empty chassis. So if you have a bunch of drives already, don't put stuff in there. If you have an empty chassis already, you can take your old drives as long as they are supported by this model. There's a compatibility list online, but it does support Seagate, Western Digital, and Hitachi drives. Okay, you can have that. And that'll let you build up your storage for a much lower entry point. They also make ones that are configured in 8, 16, 24 terabytes of storage preloaded, and those use Western Digital red drives, so which are designed for NAS running 24/7 with good performance and reliability. So that about wraps this up. This guy is under 400 bucks. It's so fast. It does 116 megabytes per second read and write. This old model, the reason why I got rid of this one, I was lucky to get 35 to 40 megabytes per second sustained. The bursts were up to 55 megs, so this is over double the performance and effectively triple the old performance when it comes to long writes, such as a 2 terabyte backup. So in less than a third of the amount of time, you can back up the same amount of stuff to your new one, and these are about the same price. So this is the outgoing model, the EX4100 with a dual core, I believe it's 1.2 gigahertz processor, has a gig of RAM. So it actually the 4 bay has 2 gigs of RAM. Don't quote me on that. I will provide the exact specs below on the article, but it's enough to make a huge performance boost. Lastly, the Intel version of this will actually have, it's the EL4100, lets you upgrade the RAM. It's a little bit more hardcore, so if you prefer having more CPU power, you can do that. But everything is app driven. You can configure it all on the IP address of the drive when you log in on your browser. So you can set up users, time machine backups, give people remote access to it so you can pull it up on your phone. It has a DLNA web server, so if you have, it uses Twonky, so if you have media players throughout the house, including Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire, Western Digital TV player, all of those can pull off this drive, and all of your computers and tablets as well. And it'll do a lot of computers at the same time without any problems. So awesome drive for the house. And that's about it. If you guys have questions, post below, shoot us an email, discuss it in chat, whatever you want. But thank you for checking this out. Noah, you got distracted. You want to say bye to the camera?
Yeah. Bye, Papa.
Bye, Cameron. Say bye, Dads.
Bye, Dad.
Have fun.
Have fun.
All right. You guys take it easy. Thanks for watching.